Alright guys, welcome back to the Tuck Project. You may be thinking right now, where's the games if you didn't read the title of the video when you clicked it, but right now, this is a video of me going to review Equestria Girls. If you don't know what Equestria Girls is, you're probably not a brony then. But Equestria Girls is the, movie that came out recently for MLP, and I'm quite frankly tired of waiting for it. Right now it's been posted all over YouTube for anyone to see, and I've been dying to get to watch it. But I mean, but I was waiting for the DVD to come out so I can buy it because I was that loyal to Hasbro to do it. But that's gonna be a while now. All my friends have already watched the movie, and I'm tired of waiting, so I'm doing it now. This was on my to-do list. I was going to review this no matter which one I got, which version. But right now I'm gonna do it, break down, and just review it right here. This is me before I've went to watch the movie. I have not watched it yet. I'm going to watch it. I'm gonna stop recording here and then go and watch it and come back and record and see what I think of it now. But I'm going to try my best to do a compare and contrast. From what I've heard so far, I've tried my best not to hear anything about the movie, but from what I've heard, um, I don't, it's like I said, this is going to be a compare and contrast. From what I've heard, sources said that before the movie came out, everyone thought it was going to be terrible. Then from when the movie came out, people have been saying it's been a good movie and all that. Um, but Uh, but from what I've heard, it's your typical high school drama, which, something I forgot to mention later on down the recording, guys, when I mentioned something about the high school drama bit that you guys just heard, I forgot to mention this later on down in the recording, that's why I'm dropping it right here. It, I was wrong. It was nowhere near a high school drama. It had some elements of a high school drama, but I mean, it was nowhere near a high school drama. It was a typical MLP episode. Just forget I completely said high school drama. I'm gonna mention a lot more down the road here in about another minute or two, so I'm sorry for this, but I am sorry. It's nowhere near high school drama. Nowhere near it. Just had to get that out there. Just had to get that out there. Um, Puts me in mind of, I don't know if any of you guys watch this show, but I certainly don't. And if you do watch it, I'm sorry for offending it, but if it reminds me a lot of what's that show called? I completely Degrassi, yeah, that show. But if like that show, if it's, I know that show's a lot more complicated, but I mean, it's your typical high school drama, if I'm correct. I haven't watched the show. I hate the show, but no offense to anyone out there that does watch the show. I mean, I'm sorry, but not everyone has the same opinions. This is why I'm going to say right here before I start watching it and before I do the review, no review can be perfect. No single review on this planet can be perfect. Because everyone has different views on different things. Like for instance, a review, like a movie can't be perfect because everyone, even okay, let me, in better hindsight, if a person was to create the perfect movie, it would be literally impossible because everyone has so many different feelings on different things. Like for instance, one person can like high school dramas, while another person would hate them and despise them. One person could like MLP, one person couldn't like MLP. See what I mean? It's literally impossible to get the full audience's, perspective. And if they were, it would end up being a terrible movie. But I'm gonna try the best. I'm gonna see the movie about probably as soon as probably soon. Once I get it up and loading. But honestly, I kind of almost blew off the idea entirely of this film. I first saw a little picture of, like, when I first found out it was being created, or first even hints of it, it was a thumbnail of all six of the main characters, just all six of the main characters, and then Equestria Girls song playing in the background. Um, yeah, I just blew it off. I was like, oh, it's just a fan-made thing, just run away. And then I find the trailer. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, crap. So I blew off any intention of seeing the movie, but then curiosity got me, and I really, really wanted to see the movie. I've also heard there's a love interest, which I'm not gonna diss on that. I mean, it could end up being good. It could not end up being good. But like I said, compare and contrast here. What I'm gonna think of before the movie and then after the movie. Um, I might try to do review animation, but I'm not an animator, so I don't know how well that's gonna be. But I believe, I'm not too sure if DHX, if that's the correct team for the animators, if this is their first movie or not. If they, there's probably not their first, as a movie, I mean actual movie, not their, like, s- show specials, but actual terms and movies, so, I mean, if this is, DH, I believe that's the team name, DHX, the animators for the show, but if it's their first movie, I really want to see what it's done. I'm not sure if it's their first movie, guys. It's more than likely not, but I'm really looking forward to see. I'm looking forward, and I'm gonna like want to see how they portray some things. Um, so like overall, I'm gonna try to review animation. I'm gonna try my best in that department. I'm not too good at that department, so it's probably end up getting good. Probably not. They probably will. Story, to see how well they did the story to it. Just to see how well that far goes. Um, Story. If it can connect, if people can actually just connect with it. Um, and then now for me, this is one of my own personal categories. But if they leave any loose ends, like loose ends, so to say, which is going to be very weird. But I mean, my version of loose ends is I go deep into advance into things, which probably don't need to go. So you might want to skip that department. But yeah, I'm gonna go watch the video now. I'm sorry I couldn't do a webcam video of this, but my computer wants to be a douchebag and not work with its web camera. So instead, you got a good picture of the Doctor Who's family, or the Derpy family, for a good 6 minutes now, and you will get it longer when I'm done watching it. So, I'll be back soon. For you guys, it's going to be like a second, but me, it's going to be an hour, so. See you all later. Alright, guys, I am back from watching the movie. I must say, overall, it was good. It was a good movie. I really did enjoy it. And I honestly felt like I was just watching another show of the series. I mean, another episode. It was, animation. I think the animation was actually quite better than the show itself. Terms of story. Now, like I said, this is going to be one of my points that doesn't really need to be asked, but needs to be questioned. If you haven't seen the movie yet, this is going to be a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert everywhere. But um, the movie consists of Twilight going into an alternate universe through a mirror. You couldn't tell by the trailer, but it was through a mirror that Princess Celestia and Luna kept locked up in the Crystal Kingdom, or Crystal Empire. And the former pupil of Celestia before Twilight comes through, steals Twilight's crown, and takes it to Earth, as I'm going to call it. Um, Twilight goes through the different dimension and wakes up as a human and Spike's a dog. Now, that's all fun and games. Everyone knows this from the trailer, but the weird thing is, it's an exact copy of Equestria in the forms of different ways. The high school is called Canterlot High. Um, Princess Princess Luna and Celestia are Principal Celestia and Vice Principal Luna. Cadance is nowhere to be seen, and there's a lot of background characters. I kept my eye out for some background characters. You see Vinyl Scratch a lot. Kingdom Hearts Crusaders are in there. It even features their song from their talent show song. It doesn't play the full song, but you hear bits and pieces of it. Let's see who else was featured. You see Photo Finish, Trixie, and all the main six. I'm trying to remember everyone that I saw. I don't know if Lyra and Bonbon were in there. I like, human versions of things are hard to look out for when they're not given to you right away. I didn't see Octavia. There's probably a lot of background characters that weren't featured, but there was a lot that were featured. Um, Now, it was a good story, but overall, here's my points. There was a copy of each of the main six, not each of the main six, as in Fluttershy, Rarity, Twilight, Fluttershy, Rarity, Rainbow Dash, and Applejack, and Pinkie Pie. They all had a copy of themselves in the human world. Where was Twilight's? This is where I'm going to go on about it. It didn't explain this all too well. Well, Pinkie Pie technically explained it, but in the movie, you'd have to go watch it and understand it. But my two theories on it are either Twilight didn't have a copy in the universe, which is what I'm going at, or Twilight took over the mind of her copy, and Spike took over the mind of his copy, which kind of makes sense, but it also, and I'm also thinking that Celestia didn't let out as much as she knew about the universe, because she wouldn't let the other five go with Twilight. The movie made it sound like that Celestia knew more than she let on. That's why she wouldn't let the other five go with Twilight, because there'd be either there'd be two copies of them, or which would create a paradox in itself, and she only let Twilight, and she technically didn't let Spike go through, but she let Twilight and Spike go through because they didn't have a copy. It's a work in progress theory, but it's got some backbone to it. Overall, okay, music, I loved it. I really did. Music, spot on, just like Winter Wrap-Up. Helping Twilight win the crown, soon as I heard the song, it was amazing, and I liked it. It was good. Overall, you had to go listen to it to find out, guys. After that, let's see what else. Another one of my backbone theory, not a backbone, but a theory that needs to be explained more. From whatever Sunset Shimmer, main antagonist, whatever the heck she was doing transformed her into a so-called demon, which I'm gonna call it, but how? Okay, she was originally from Equestria. How come when Twilight, if you didn't put on the crown, how come it didn't transform her? How come it transformed some Shimmer? I know this doesn't really need to be explained more, but I mean, come on, it's. But overall, I'm gonna give the movie a good 9.5 out of 10. It had its moments, even the love interest, it had its own backbone. It had its own backbone that was really nice, really good. I knew I'd heard of Flash. I remember reading on not reading fanfics. I remember seeing fanfics about Flash Sentry. And I didn't know that was the guy's name in the movie. And now the fanfics are starting to put two together, which so fanfics are already starting to be made from it. I know videos are starting to be already being made about it, and I don't know about artwork. But overall, it was a good movie. I'd recommend go watching it, but I mean, I don't know how long it'll be before YouTube and Hasbro decide to do cease and desist letters, but I mean, I'll recommend watching it. I'm not going to put a link in the description about where to find it. You're going to have to find it on your own free time. I mean, because I don't want to get in trouble. Doing this review technically implies I'm in trouble, but but I don't care. But overall, I'm not going to, like I said, no one can give the perfect review. I can just say whether it was a good movie or not. I mean, if you're not a brony, you're more than likely you're not going to like it. Unless if you can get into that sort of thing. It was good, had good, Sunset Shimmer was explained really well. Even Trixie had her own moment in the movie. But, it was good. And I don't know, but I see a lot of backbone tied into Season 4 around Twilight and Flash Sentry. This is my thoughts, but I get a really good feeling that love interest is going to continue on to Season 4. It's one of my ideas of what's going to happen, but I really think that's going to happen. But oh well. Also, this is one of my other side bones. Pinkie. I think honestly, I think she broke into the portal because either way, both versions of Pinky defy physics, so defy physics and mental stability. But either way, I'll let you guys decide that. You go watch it for yourselves. My review doesn't matter. This is going to be this has probably been a terrible review. I can't judge everything, so I hope you've all enjoyed the background of Doctor Hooves, Derpy, and Dinky for a while now. So this has been the Tycoda Project, and this has been the terrible review on Equestria Girls. And peace out.